Okay, one of the things that comes up is what you can do for the deceased, because you always, questions come up a lot recently, to me specifically. My family are saying I can do this, I can do that. What can you do? What benefits the deceased after they've passed away primarily? What actually benefits them?
Okay, so obviously some of the ulama, they say, for example, and this is just a general rule, and obviously some ulama might have different sayings, but some ulama of the opinion and major classical scholars, they say كل عمل يعني يدخل فيه أو تدخل فيه أو يدخل فيه النيابة, then it is permissible for you to do it on the dead person. Every kind of action that you're able to do for a second party, or a second party is able to do for you, then you're able to do it, for example, for the dead person. So you're able to do Hajj for the person, you're able to do Umrah for the dead person, you're able to give Sadaqah for the dead person. But then now even though that's the case, we need to ask ourselves, we don't want to look for anything we can do for the dead person, for the mayyit. We want to do what's best for the mayyit. So with regards to what's best for the mayyit, obviously, mashallah, there's this new phenomena, obviously because it's on people, obviously because of social media, mashallah. And it's a good thing. It shows that Muslims have khair, that when a person dies, practicing, non-practicing, be as it may, the first thing people want to do is open up like a GoFundMe account whereby we pay to maybe grow an olive tree, or to give some mushafs on this person's behalf and things like that. I think also, number one, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that when a slave dies, 3 things benefit them. Number one, ilmun nafi', beneficial knowledge, sadaqatul jariyah, or sadaqatul jariyah, afwan, as-sadaqa al-jariyah, the sadaqah, the ongoing charity, or
which is like waqf, basically, like a trust you left behind,
exactly,
which is managed, which continues to benefit people.
Exactly. And a waqf is obviously like an endowment or something that you need, like you said, or waladun salih yad'u lahu, or a pious child, a pious young man who makes da'wah for his father. And it can be any, it's a man or woman. The Prophet Muhammad in the Arabic language, and the person speaks in the, obviously, with male pronouns. As long if it's not specific to males, it applies to everyone. So what the ulama say is this, and Ibn Uthaymeen says this, and I heard it from Sheikh Khalid as well, is look, all the other actions are good, but the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam specified for a person who is not rich and for a person that didn't have knowledge, is for them to leave behind a pious child that makes dua. So dua, we know that dua specifically helps the mayyit, it helps the dead person, because the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam la yadhkur illa al-ahsan, he only tells us that which is the best. So the fact that he's telling us to make dua for the mayyit shows that the small deed is sometimes the best deed. Before we try our best to open up a madrasa in the brother's name, or build a well in Africa or something like that, make sure you make dua for the mayyit, you make dua for him, sincere dua. Because this can help him in the akhirah, because the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us that this is what can be done. And then obviously you can do things like giving charity and other than that. So Sheikh, do you have anything else you wanna say on that topic?
No, I think
just another thing also, when the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said waladun salih yad'u lahu, obviously it's just very, very important. Obviously, we give our children obviously tarbiyah so that they can make dua for us, obviously, after we die. So now,
I think that's really obviously the role of your family in continuing your legacy, basically, your good deeds and your benefit in this worldly life. They're an extension of you, basically. So your children are an extension of you. Your family is an extension of you, their children, inshallah. So if you want to leave behind something which is going to be good, and what you can leave behind which is good, in addition to any inheritance or wealth that you leave behind, is obviously benefiting them by teaching them and cultivating them and educating them. And inshallah, you have to put dua, trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Dua is key, obviously.
Exactly.
إن في خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف الليل والنهار لآيات لأولي الألباب.